When did words lose their meaning? When did actions that are not acceptable suddenly become acceptable? I'm not talking about woke or political correctness. I'm talking about normal, everyday conversations that seem to be full of lies, hate, and bullying speech nowadays. I remember when I was a kid in elementary school, they taught us that words mattered, that what we say to people can affect them both positively and negatively. That gestures matter. Making a gesture that negatively affects someone is just as bad as saying words. When did we all seem to forget this and just, allow the people at the highest levels to say and do whatever they want without consequence? People are needlessly dying in wars overseas. People are needlessly starving and going homeless in our own backyards here in the US and Canada, the so-called first world. And while all this is happening, we bicker like children. Left versus right, liberal versus conservative. Why does anyone give a shit? I mean, society as a whole, why do we let politicians and corporations and the ultra rich just constantly lie to us and tell us that everyone else is wrong just because they don't share our views? You must hate them. Are we really so stupid that we can't see what they're doing? So blind to it all that we make excuses for them, for what they say and the actions they do, thinking somehow they would do the same for us? Well, for anyone who believes that, I mean, I have to tell you, they don't give a shit about any of us. And that goes for both sides. Like, this isn't a left versus right thing. I question why can't we just hold them accountable for what they do and say? I know it's been talked about to death, but I mean, take this Elon Musk salute. Maybe he was trying to do something else. Maybe he was supposed to be innocent. But he did a Nazi salute. Why can't we just agree that that's wrong and no one should make that gesture no matter who you are? What's the harm in agreeing with that? In all of us agreeing with that? And I'm sorry, but I have to just say this. For anyone who's defending him and saying because he's autistic or weird or anything along those lines, as an autistic male, an autistic middle-aged male, I can tell you I've done a lot of stupid and said a lot of stupid and harmful things to people without intentionally knowing what I'm doing. But that doesn't make it okay. There's still consequences to my actions. The people I hurt, still, some of them never speak to me again. Some of them forgive me, but it takes a long time. Why can we just let him off the hook? Because he's rich? Because he has powerful friends? Like, I'm sorry, but who gives a shit who you are? If you do something stupid, you should be held accountable for it. Anyway, does anyone's political or religious views really affect you personally? Does someone's sexual preference or color of their skin affect you on some personal level? We don't all have to agree on the choices people make, but in no way does it affect the rest of us on some personal level. That person just sees or feels or looks different than you and me. Whoever they voted for will just screw them over just as much as they're screwing you over. It's not like the system works for someone and doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for any of us. I will never truly understand the choices people make. I don't believe in the existence of a God. But that doesn't make everyone who does believe wrong. I will never truly understand racism or the discrimination gay and trans people feel, but that doesn't mean they don't feel it every single day. But there is something I understand. I think all of us, from minorities to LGBTQ to homeless to the mentally challenged and everyone else in between, we're all just people. We're all just part of the human race. And if we just treated everyone like human beings that are exactly like us, because, let's face it, we're all the same, we could actually stand up against the political bullshit, all the religious groups who want us to feel bad about who we are, all the corruption and the lies that affect our daily lives. When they strip away our social programs and our health care, and the cost of living goes through the roof, it affects us all, not just some small group of people. And they can only get away with it because we're all too busy being pissed off about the person who's different from us down the street. I think it's time that we all wake up and see what the real problem is. Wake up and see who's destroying our lives. Who allows us to have shit healthcare, shit education, shitty unsafe food that seems to be constantly being recalled nowadays. I think we should wake up and fight them and not each other.